What the Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and I haven't been posting much because, like, school. This is a video of how my parents found out about my mental health. The first time and the second. The very first time and my relapse, I guess. So the very first time I was in middle school, and my relapse was in high school. Quick trigger warning, because I don't want to trigger you guys. So if you are easily triggered or not in like the right mindset, please click off this video. I do not want to trigger you. Okay, I'm in like a really good mood, and I don't even know why, because literally like 10 minutes ago I was so sad. In 7th grade, I've been like getting like depressed because something happened, and yeah, so jump to 8th grade year, I started to hurt myself. And at first it was literally just like scratching like my skin. Literally hated pain so much. Like I could not tolerate it. So I was scared to use something like sharp to actually get into my skin. So I'm trying to avoid words that like will trigger people. So I'm trying to avoid like the graphic words because sometimes they trigger me, and I don't really like the words. Like that CUT word, I hate that word so much. That's why I try to stick with self-harm. And I had like a friend group that like pretty much like had all my friends in there like had some type of mental health problem or issue, or like that they were working on or like recovering, or like but they knew, like, yeah. I don't really know how my friends like exactly found out. I don't know if I told them or if they just found out, or I think they saw my arm, to be honest. I don't think I ever told them. So then, I remember this one day in 8th grade, I had switched to something sharper, and I had told one of my friends, and she started yelling at me, probably because she was scared. I don't know why, but I ended up telling her that I used something sharper. She started yelling at me, and I started crying, and then we go back to like the friend group, and this one girl was like, oh my god, what did you say to make her cry? Like, why is she crying? And then that's when she told the entire friend group, which I did not really like, but you know, whatever. And I'm just sitting there crying. One friend, not the friend that I told, but another friend, want the actual principal or the vice principal. And I'm like, the vice principal, because she knows me, because 6th and 7th grade year, I was a troublemaker, and I was literally always in her office. We go, and the vice principal actually was not there, and the principal was in a meeting. And so we were like, okay. So then we left, and I was like, I'm gonna get away with it. Like, yes, like I'm thriving. But then my last block of the day, the phone rings. I think nothing of it, and it was for me. And I'm like, shoot. Like, I did not get away with it. Like, uh-oh. And then, so I'm walking down the hallways, and my anxiety just like, and I'm like, and I was like, maybe it wasn't even about before. So then the secretary person was like, the principal wants to see you. And to remind you, I did not really like the actual principal. And so I go in there and sit, and there's the school cop, and I'm like, what do I do? I was really hoping my friend from there was there so she could tell him, and I could be like, but no, she wasn't there. And so I'm like, well, what the heck do I do? Do I tell the truth? Do I say, oh, nothing? Or do I be like, you're gonna call my other friend? Or should I just, I don't know. I decided to tell them the truth because I did not know what to say, and my anxiety was like, boo, 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 like literally all over, like I could, oh my god. So then I'm like, I'm hurting myself, and principal was like, whoa, okay. But the principal ends up saying that pissed me off, and I still don't like her to this day, but she doesn't work at the middle school anymore. But I just, she was like, seems like to me you're looking for, and I interrupted her. I'm like, no, my friend wanted me to come to talk to you. she was gonna say she thought that I was looking for attention, but like literally, I didn't know what to do. I wanted my friend. My friend made me, cause either way, if I didn't say anything, like she would have told somebody already. So, what choice did I really have, to be honest? But you know, the weird thing is, after I left, I was so scared to go home because I didn't know what was gonna happen. Because you know, when you report that to school, it's like they have to tell your parents, right? School never called my parents, so I kind of was thankful. So you know, I continued to do what I did, and then I guess just one day I kept getting to sharper things, you know, progressing from something very dull to something that is sharper than before. And I realized that I needed help. And I'm like, okay. And we're still in middle school. And I'm like, I need help. So then I go talk to the vice principal, not the actual principal, the vice principal, and I remember the actual principal being in there too. And I'm like, this is awkward. So I go in and sit, and I'm like scared. Like I didn't know what to do. You know, looking back, I could have been like, "Hey, can you like not be here?" But then that would have been like, why she has to? But I don't know. So then I'm just like, I'm hurting myself. And then the principal goes, "Still?" And I'm like, um, it like, but the thing, she never told my parents. So then the vice principal ends up, or was it the principal? One of them, one of the two, ends up telling my parents, and my parents deal with it, and I stop. Ninth grade year, I did like a little bit here and there, but I made it look like cat scratches, but then I wouldn't do it daily. I would do it like literally once or twice a month. Like it wasn't that bad. And I would tell literally no one. So then we're getting to the high school where I like relapse, and it was like a really hard relapse. Like it was just, I apologize for being so like jumpy and happy when I'm talking about like stuff that I shouldn't be. I don't know why I'm like this. I literally, not even joking, like 10 minutes before, why did I do that? 10 minutes before this video, I was so freaking sad. Like I was literally about ready to cry. But then I don't know, on mood change. High school, sophomore year, things started to happen. I started to get bullied. I'm not even gonna get into that story, but I started to get bullied. I relapsed and I started going downhill. And I wasn't hurting myself. I didn't start hurting myself till like later on, but I wasn't hurting myself at this point. And so I remember coming home from school after a freaking hard day. Like it was so hard. I was talking to this one girl on Snapchat that just triggered me so hard, and it was just like drama because it was literally starting to be bullied and then drama, and then that was pretty much the two main things. But outside of this girl, which I probably should have just freaking deleted her off my freaking Snap when everything just went downhill, but I didn't. And so I don't know, I went upstairs and this was before the meds were locked up, but I had grabbed like a bottle. I don't know what it was something, and I was literally going to end my life without any hesitation. Why did I? Okay, sorry. Also, when we're talking about subjects, touchy subjects, I get humorous. Like, I hide my actual feelings with humor, and a lot of people do that, so, like, I'm not making a joke out of this. I promise you, this is real. I'm not making this up, and I'm just hiding my emotions with humor, so. I have it in my hands, about ready to go downstairs because Mom went to go pick up my brother from football practice. My sister went with us. I was home all alone, except for my kitty cat Kimber, which, yes, we've all seen her. You guys all seen her. If you're new to my channel, then you have not. And so my cat comes and looks up at me, and I stop, and she meows. And I literally out crying because I realized what I was going to do and what was in my hands. So then I turned around, put it away, and go back downstairs and bawled my eyes out. And that same night, I literally scared the crap out of myself because I was like, if my cat wasn't there, I don't know what would have happened next. I don't know if I would have been able to stop myself or whatnot. So then I go downstairs and I'm crying, and yeah, so I end up emailing the vice principal from the middle school just because she knew about it. And I have trust issues, and since I trusted her and she knows a lot about me, I reached out to her, and that's what I do. So I wasn't gonna go, because at the time my school counselor was a complete stranger to me. And so I emailed the middle school vice principal and told her what was going on and that I was having thoughts about not wanting to live, and I did not tell her about what I just did because then she would have like called my mom and so literally the next day from that, I got a counselor pass for 12:30, and I was like, I thought nothing of it. I was literally, just thought nothing about it. And I remember at times before this, like before I met with my counselor, like I would go down there crying. But she didn't really like know me, and she really wasn't concerned, so she wouldn't like meet with me if I went down there crying. I just, when you're crying in school, you go down to the counselors. I don't know, it's just simple as that. So yeah, I get a pass for 12:30. Don't ask me why I still remember that. There are times where I just have a really good memory. One of my friends had also had a pass for the counselors for 12:30, but with the other counselor, obviously not at the same time. And so like we walked down there together, and my counselor was available and her counselor wasn't just yet, so she was out there, and I don't know what I was thinking, but I was sitting there in the chair and the door was open because I didn't really know what was going to be said, because nowadays I close the door all the time because people love to just walk in like they don't care. It's like, excuse me, that's why I close the door, because when the door's closed you do not go in at all. And so the door was wide open and she was talking about it. She was just like, oh, the middle school vice principal emailed me. I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, that's why I'm here. And so she was like trying to find the email, and I'm literally looking out to my friend and we're laughing at a problem that I shouldn't probably be laughing, because she's probably thinking like this is a joke, and I'm just like, my friend's out there making me laugh, sorry. I don't know, because we're talking about like mental health and stuff like that. But I think she knew I had a friend out there. But yeah, I was like out there, we were just like goofing off. I probably should have done like, she probably thinks it was like a joke. And yeah, and then she ends up telling my parents. No. So she ends up emailing my parents when I started to hurt myself. I started meeting with my counselor weekly. And so that is pretty much it for this video. This is part of my mental health story. I will be uploading more videos, and again, this video is not for attention. It is telling my story and for people to relate to this so they feel like they're not alone. And this did happen like sophomore year, like years ago, a couple years ago, so like I feel like I'm ready to talk about it, and I want mental health awareness. Basically, I just want to let people know that you guys are not alone. Everyone is worth it. Like, I'm not just saying that. It 100%. Everyone is put on this earth for a reason, which is I'm actually subscribed to this one YouTuber who just opens up about her mental health and stuff like that, and I want to be like that. And there are some things I may not like fully open up to. Yeah, so if you're new, just subscribe, comment, and then like for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys in my next video.